Alrighty, hello there, I'm back. I was just hoping, I opened the door for Kenny to pick up some boxes, and I was telling him my really good news that I was hopefully going to get to my last video, but ended up digressing way too much. So, as I was talking about meeting Scotty McCreery, going to his concert, but what was even cooler than that was what happened before I met Scotty McCreery. And I'll get to that in 1 second. So I'm sitting at a table, with my father, chit-chatting away, and a lovely young man by the name of John came over to introduce himself to me. I mean, it's me, my dad, there's a whole bunch of other family members at other tables. There may have been a few guys, but mostly girls, and then there's me, sweet old little me, and he walks up and is like, "Are you the girl with Asperger's who makes YouTube videos?" And I'm just like, did word just get around because my dad spoke to these two people saying I'm an Aspie? I'm like, yes. Mallory, nice to meet you, and you are. And then his name's John, and he is a radio DJ, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but he works for on a radio station, like I had said, and so they have a Facebook page, which you should all go check out and like it, and it is Let There Be Country. You can see that. Let There Be Country. And they are local radio stations, like in the New Jersey area, maybe New York, if I remember him saying so correctly. He really could be the one that could firm all this up. But, so if you like country music and you live in my local area here, go to 98.1 FM and you'll get to hear country music. Can you see that? There's probably a glare. There it is. Woo. And so the coolest thing ever, right, is, again, he comes up to me and he introduces himself. Hello, I'm so excited. I'm like mixing up my words here. He introduced himself to me, is what I'm trying to say. So again, asked me if I was the girl with Asperger's that makes YouTube videos. So I said yes. And then he's like, and you made one about Scotty. I was like, yes. He said, well, my sister, so his sister, he said, saw the video, forwarded me the link, and I watched the video. He said, we recently caught Scotty in between midterms. He had a Spanish midterm. And we did an interview with him on the radio, and we actually talked about your video. My YouTube video was spoken about on the radio. And oh my gosh, I was like, I was on the radio? Like, I was so excited. And what was really awesome, because, like, my mom has Mallory's Marvelous Muffins. Just go to muffinlady.com. So, and that's been around since I was, 4 or 5 years old. So, my mom, would advertise on the radio. My name's out there. Stories would be told about me as a little kid. But that was all through my mom. The fact that I was recognized just for, this was all me, like my doing, my true passion, because, I started the YouTube because I got, the crippling anxiety. I get depressed. It's hard for me to get out in the world and show the world my many talents and who I truly am. And YouTube is the perfect form for me to get myself out there in the world without really having to do so until I'm able and ready. This is my year. I'm telling you, this is my year. So many things so far, up until yesterday, great things are coming my way. And then last night it's like Scotty, and then my video got recognized like that. I mean, that just, I'm still mind blown by this whole thing. I mean, I'm still on cloud 9. Probably more so by that than meeting Scotty, no offense to Scotty, and seeing his concert. So, I'm just like, wow. So then he was telling me a little bit about like Scotty and like and himself a little bit. So, it was just like, wow. I mean, I'm just like in shock and awe right now about it. All I've ever wanted was more views, more subscribers, and to have a following, and just to really make a difference in the world. That's what I'm trying to do, is make a difference in the world, educate people, but at the same time, just be my fun, silly, goofy self and who I am. I mean, I have this robe on because it's supposed to be springtime, but it's freezing out. So, I mean, I am who I am, and I'm not going to change for anybody, you know? And I love with all my heart and soul making YouTube videos, and hopefully everyone enjoys watching them just as much as I enjoy making them. So again, his name is John, but probably he's on the radio, probably uses a different name. But again, check it out right here. Go to 89.1 FM for your country music. So it's so cool. So my dad's like wondering like if I could get like a copy of it or something, and I'm just like, all you gotta do really is go on like YouTube or type in like Scotty McCreery radio interviews. So you saw in my last video the photo of my dad and Scotty and I, and his tour manager said the photos will be uploaded within 24 to 48 hours on the fan site, and then from there you can download it and it's yours, voila. So I was just so stoked and excited by the whole evening. As tired as I was last night, I got on my laptop because I wanted to see if the photos were there. But then I saw that John, the lovely young man there, had his photo. I'm like, how did he get his? And did I miss my turn? So he basically, because of the whole radio station thing, he got his sooner than the rest of us because, you know, of that. But, you know, all said and done, luckily I got my photo, so I'm really happy about that. But I was on the, you know, I went on his, the radio, Let There Be Country. So just go to facebook.com/Let There Be Country, or when you're on Facebook, just like not Google, but you know the search box at the top, put in Let There Be Country, and if you see what I showed you, if you see a page that looks like this, then you obviously found the right one. I don't know how many Let There Be Countries are, but that would be it. And also, if you go there, you know, it has news and all sorts of things on there. And I saw it had the Scotty McCreery interview. My dad, I don't know where he got this idea or this notion, but he thought they flew down to interview him. It was a phone interview. So Scott called into the station on the phone. So listening to the interview, it starts off by playing I Love You This Big, obviously by Scotty. And then they start interviewing him. And then how the radio station works is like the celebrity gets to pick the next song. It's like caller's choice. And Scotty, I guess, is like one of the few that likes to pick a song other than his own. Because he's grounded and humble and down-to-earth kind of guy. He doesn't got an ego and a giant head. So he picked a song, I think, by Tim McGraw and Taylor Swift. And then they play that song. You hear that song and they interview him some more. And you do hear a little teeny-weeny clip about him in the midst of finals. So I was like, And then they ended it with two more of, they ended it with a See You Tonight and then they just asked him a little question or two, and then they started to play where he does the cover of Garth Brooks' Dance, and then ta-da, the end. So what I had realized was they did talk to Scotty about multiple things, but it was during when the songs were playing. They're probably still on the phone with him, and because he said to me, oh, we talked about it on the radio, and we talked about it with Scotty, and I'm like, did Scotty even see this? Like, that would have been like awesome, but who knows? And so the way it seemed at the time when I had met John was that, like, on the radio they were kind of like saying, oh, there's this girl in the video, but no, it was kind of like off the record, kind of like but still, nevertheless, it was talked about, and I think Scotty heard of it or about it, and that honestly was the highlight of my night, and it's still the highlight of this day. I mean, I can't wait to tell my mom like more about it in details when she gets home, because she was, like I said, I think she was away this weekend, so I spent Mother's Day with my dad. So last night my dad had a great time, and he's like, well, this makes up for Father's Day. You had Father's Day and Mother's Day in one. So but that's my extra really good news, and I just want to say thank you, John, or your sister, I should say, for somehow finding my video and watching it and coming up to me and introducing yourself and meeting me at the meet and greet. It was really awesome, and as you and I both had corresponded with one another, that the show was amazingly good, and again, I can't thank you enough. Just that, really, honestly, like I said, it made my night, it made my day, it's probably gonna make my week, who knows. So yeah, again, just go to 98.1 FM Let There Be Country, and be sure to check out their Facebook page. So thanks for watching this video. Again, thanks to John and everybody over there. And until next time, keep it quirky.